Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BodyBags. It's week 230, and I'm your Sunday host, Steve Bourgie86, here as usual to give you that Sunday review, guys. Yes. Now, the film I got for you guys today is a film from 1989, which is a Mexican/Italian co-production, and it's one that I had in the collection for a while, and I finally got a chance to check it out, and that is Sangre, which Santa Sangre means is holy blood, which kind of goes into some aspects of this film in a way. Now, this film is directed by Alejandro Jodorowsky, who, if you don't know his work is very hit and miss with some people because of the two films that he did, the acid western El Topo, and his mindfuck of a movie, The Holy Mountain. But this is known as his masterpiece in the film circles, and very interesting history. This film is actually co-written and produced by Claudio Argento, who of course is the brother of Dario Argento and has produced a lot of Dario's films. This is the main thing that he produced other than some of Argento's films. Now, the main plot of this one, it's a very complex story. I'm not going to go too deep into it because you can with this one because you'll spoil a lot of it. So pretty much the main gist of the plot of this one is we're introduced to our main character, Phoenix, who, when we first meet him, is in a mental institution. And we go into his backstory of what he did as a magician in a carnival. His father was like this great sword thrower, and his mother was a trapeze artist and also a member of a cult that worshipped this armless woman. So the gist of it, shit happens, and Phoenix end up inside of a mental institution, but unbeknownst, he gets rescued by his now armless mother, who helps him escape, and decides to use her son, I may say, as an activeness because he has arms to act as her arms to exact murderous rampage of the people that she thinks are out to get her, pretty much. And while this is going on, we're introduced to the subplot also of this character on the cover, who is Alma, who is Phoenix's long-lost love, who is trying to reunite with Phoenix. And that's pretty much the gist of the film. We got the sub-story of Phoenix and his mother turmoil and murder ensues. And we also got the backstory of Alma trying to get back to Phoenix. And as you can tell, these stories intertwine, and it all goes into the end. Or does it? Who knows? So, my thoughts on the film. Fucking bizarre trip. If you haven't seen a Jodorowsky film before, this might be his most straightforward work that I've seen. It's very odd the way that they tell the story, because of the aspects of, first they go into the present, then they go into a flashback, then they go back into the present time, and it has twists and turns throughout it. The film is beautifully shot. It has some of the best cinematography I've seen in a Spanish film or in a while, and definitely has some great imagery and very organic noise and music. Actually, the music is done by Simon Boswell, who is one of the best composers, of course, of the films that I know that he composed are numerous, like Demons 2, Stage Fright, Hardware, Dust Devil. Just very organic sounds and music that he uses to set the tone and where this film takes place. And great story. It just took me from surprise, this film. It's very compelling, lots of interesting motifs and some blood and gore and shit into it too. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting it from this type of film, but it's fucking awesome. Very art housey. This film might not be for everyone, especially with the art house angle of where the story goes and what's happened within the story. And it's very interesting because when you look back on the film and you see certain aspects of it, you're like, oh, okay, like maybe on a second view, like it's gonna be like full out there for me, especially with like noticing little hints of what's to come pretty much without giving too much away with the climax. And I love the climax of this film. It was very heartfelt and tear-jerking and stuff like that, especially with the aspect of like the things that goes on within the film, because the true like meaning of this movie is it is kind of like a love story in a way, trapped inside like this fantasy horror film, and love conquers all pretty much is pretty much the gist of the main plot of this one. And very stacked edition from Severin Films. I have to say this release has not tons of special features, including a all-out new like making of this film with like interviews with like the cast and crew, including like Alejandro Jodorowsky. Numerous documentaries actually about this film on this release, and interviews. Yeah, Simon Boswell, tons of music videos. This is a stacked release from Severin. This is probably the most stacked release they have that I've seen. Like one of them anyways. I know like Zombie Holocaust and some other releases are stacked also. But like for a single edition like release of a film, highly stacked. Transfer is amazing. Really fucking awesome edition. If you haven't picked this up, you're kind of skeptical on it, check out Sangre. If I had to rate this film, this is going to be a little crazy rating, but I'm giving this one a 9.5 out of 10. I highly enjoyed this film. It was one of the most brilliantly captivating, mysterious, and spellbinding watches of the beginning of the new year for me. And definitely want other people to check it out. Sangre, awesome shit. Alright guys, this is for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week is our theme week of Canadian horror. Very interesting list of films, I have to say. Some mixtures of old and new. And I'm doing an old film, I know that. But a lot of mixtures of different things. So I hope you see you there, guys. And as always, I'll see you next week. Peace out.